Hi everyone, welcome to Budget of Oz, an Australian cash budget and cash stuffing channel. I hope you come along with me for our journey of navigating these tough financial times in an Australian context. So today we're going to start my cash stuffing journey by budgeting for March. So I'm going to just start with figuring out my finances and then kind of working from there. So let's go. You're probably going to learn very quickly that my favorite color is green. I love green. So let's get started. So I have income that comes from multiple sources. And so the first step that I feel like I need to do is figure out for March exactly how much is coming when and what I can budget for that. So let's get started. So now my first income stream is my part-time job. And that's paid fortnightly. And this month, it's going to be paid 3 times because it's a 5-week month. So it's going to be paid week 1, week 3, and week 5. And I'm just going to figure out how much that's going to be. So my net will be $763.80 per fortnight. So in Australia, our income tax is taken out by our employers and paid to the Australian Tax Office. So our tax is already taken out. So I just had to calculate what my net income in my bank account would actually be. And then I have another kind of side hustle job, which is tutoring. And that gets paid weekly. So week 1, I'll be getting $180. Week 2, I'll be getting $150. Week 3 is $150. And week 4, week 3 is $180. Week 4 is $180. And week 5 is $180. I base this on the current students I have booked in now at the start of the month, but this may change. I always slightly underestimate by about 1 student because there's always a cancellation or something. But at this stage for each week, this is what I have booked in. I may earn more, I may earn slightly less, but this is what I'm going to estimate. And then the last one is essay editing, which I also do to help students in higher ed. So for those, I have been asked to do some editing. And again, this is what's already booked in. So for week 1, it's 40. Week 2, it's 40. There'll be week 3, it's 40. Sorry. Week 4, there's none. And then week 5, there is $40 as well. So this is kind of all my different income streams. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to total each category and we're going to see than what the final total is. One 180 plus 150 plus 180 plus 180. 180 plus 150 plus 180 plus 180 plus 180. I don't know if it's okay. 150, 480, 180 times 4 plus 150. Okay, 870. Oh, sometimes I'll do my okay, and this one 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40 is 160. So altogether, $2,291.40 plus 870 plus 160. So the total for the month will be $3,321.40. Okay, so that gives us what the monthly income is, and as I said, tax is already taken out from all of this. So I'm now going to look at how we're going to budget. So I'm going to set up over here all of my fixed and variable expenses, as well as my saving and sinking funds. So I will speed run through this, and then I'll talk through what each of them are when we get there. Okay, so here are all my fixed expenses, so my bills, my variable, which is like my wallet and cash envelopes, my sinking funds, and my savings. My fixed and my savings, I don't actually withdraw out in cash because my bills are all direct debit, and my savings are in high interest savings accounts. My variables and my sinking funds, I do take out in cash and cash stuff. So let's go through and just start allocating out. I'll start with my fixed and variable expenses. So my phone is $75 a month. My internet is $100 a month. I don't actually think that color is showing up. I'm going to switch colors to make it a bit easier. So Rotary dues. So I'm part of Rotary International. I'm a member, and so I save up for the 6 monthly dues. So that's $25 a month I put away. Health insurance for myself is $270 a month. Car insurance is $100. Roadside assistance is $15. So in Australia, you can get pay for an additional roadside assistance through your car insurance provider that basically allows you to have call outs if you break down, like your engine stops working, or you know, you blow out 2 tires or something like that where you need some assistance. My house insurance is $165. My gas, water, electricity and land rates are all quarterly, but the amount I put away each month is for gas is $40, water is $60, electricity is $120, and my land rates is $150. So my credit card, I am paying back my credit card. So this is the minimum payment, double the minimum payment that I'm making on my credit card. And so that's just to make sure that I pay it off quicker and it's not just the interest that's getting paid back. So that is $250 a month. Banking fees is $15, so that's overdraft, as well as the yearly fees for my bank accounts and for my credit card. So I just save that up. And then my subscriptions, so Amazon, Netflix, all of those is $30 a month. These are overestimated this month because again, it's a 5-week month, so I wanted to put a little bit more into the pot, just because a lot of these things, they don't, when it's a 5-week month, sometimes they come out a bit early. So my variable expenses, well, let's add this up and see what that totals to first. So 75 plus 100 plus 25 plus 270 plus 100 plus 15, 165 plus 40 plus 60 plus 120 plus 150 plus 250, 15 plus 30. That equals out to $1,415. So let's have a look at our groceries. So again, I'm putting a little bit extra in. Again, it's a 5-week. It's a 5-week month. So for groceries, that's $500 for my pets. They will get $60 for health. So that's for scripts and for other things like, you know, Panadol or, you know, Band-Aids, things like that, just health related things. It's $150. Also, like if I need to go to the doctor and pay up front and then get rebated back. Fuel is $200. Usually that would be a bit lower, but again, an extra week usually requires more money. Dining out is usually $100. I usually go out once a week with family, so it's usually about $40. So again, putting a little bit more in. Entertainment, $50 a month. Shopping's personal shopping, so my personal money that I can kind of spend how I feel like. $20 a month. Personal is self-care, and so that gets $40 a month if I want a massage or to get my nails done. Amazon is my Amazon subscriptions, and so that can be I have an ongoing like household product subscription that they deliver every 2 months. So that's just, you know, it's cheaper, and so I just do that, and that's kind of how I budget for it. Life is kind of like an emergency, kind of like life happens, but at the moment I have an emergency fund that I'm using, so I don't think I'm going to add anything to that this month, just given that I do have to fill some of these high priority sinking funds with a lot of money. So typically I would, but I don't think I'm going to have the money. So we'll just leave that. We can always come back and change that. So the total for that, for my variables, is 500 plus 60 plus 150 plus 200 plus 100 plus 50 plus 20, 40 plus 60. So that is 1,180. So now we're going to move over to my sinking funds. So these first 4 are my high priority sinking funds, and then these other ones are my low priority sinking funds. Now, Tamworth, my Tamworth trip is actually at the end of March, so I do have to get to the total that I'm aiming for. So for that, I need to put in $175 for that. As I said, that's a lot. Usually I wouldn't put that much money into one sinking fund in a month, and then money would go into like the Life Happens account, the envelope. For the 100th anniversary, I'm going to put 90. For my Melbourne trip in May, I'm going to put 100. And for my car rego in June, I'm going to put 100 as well. Now my lower priority sinking funds, for Emily, I'm going to put 40. For medical, because I'm trying to build up a medical buffer, 30. For maintenance, so that's car and house maintenance, 20. For Costco, for those trips where you just go and buy too much, well, go and buy a lot all at once. I'm trying to build up a buffer, so that's 20. For birthdays, I'm going to put 10 in, and for gifts, that's my charity giving, I will put 30. So let's see how much that comes out to. Okay, that comes out to 615. So when I go to savings, what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract all of this from my income. So 3,321.40 minus 1,415 minus 1,180 minus 615 means I have 111.40 remaining for my savings. So I think, let me see. Okay, so I want to put the most in for Chloe, so I think 25 minus 25, and then emergency and excess are the next two important, so I'll put 20 into each of those. So minus 20 minus 20. Okay, then I'm thinking, oh, 1, 2. Okay, so I'll put 10 in the remainder, and the change can go into investments. So 10 in Rotary Buffer, 10 in family, 10 in my 40th birthday, 10 in travel. So minus 10, minus 10, minus 10, minus 10. And then for my investments, $6.40. So if we add all that up, we've got 25 plus 10 plus 10 plus 20, 20, 10, 10, 6.4. So 111.40. So in theory, this should work out to a perfectly balanced budget. Let's check. So income is $3,321.40. Fixed expenses come out to be $1,415. Variable expenses come out to be $1,180. Savings come out to be $111.40, and sinking funds come out to be $650. So in total, $3,321.40 minus 1,415 minus 1,180 minus 111.40 minus 615 equals $0 remaining. So that was my budget with me for March, how I budgeted my expenses with 3 different types of income and what it looks like. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you come back. Bye.